All right, good afternoon here. What we're going to show you guys today is actually what is required in order to drop the lower unit gear casing. If you were going to change a water pump, or in this case, we're actually parting this engine out. This is a 1957 Johnson 7.5 horsepower. Um, but you can't just try to drop it from the 4 bolts that are on the bottom here of the lower unit. It's actually required that you remove the power head from the engine, and then there's a few things that you're going to have to take off. Now I'm going to show you the things that you have to take off after power head removal. I've already got the power head removed, but I just want to do this for a tutorial for you. I had to kind of find out this the hard way in order what to do to get that lower unit off. So there are actually 7 screws that you have got to take off that are underneath here, that will allow the power head to be released from up here. Perfectly normal that happens. Now, again, you're going to do this if you're going to change the water pump. In this case, we're actually just parting this out as part of our store. For parts, we will sand everything down, get everything primed up, which is what we normally do with a good etching primer for the aluminum. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you the areas where the bolt or where the screws are in order to get this power head released, and then in order to drop the lower unit. So stay tuned. Okay, so again, like I said, there's going to be 7 screws that got to come out of this. I'm going to show you the one that was the absolute worst for me to find. With everything on there, it is absolutely a pain in the tail. So you're going to see right here. Let me get you up to where we need to be. Yes, there it is right there. So right there, this hole that you're going to see right there, absolutely the worst, because you can see got the steering mount and all that stuff in there. So you're going to fight that to find it. But I would go with that one first. I did it myself last, which was kind of a pain in the tail. But anyway, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can see number 6 hole right there. Now, the 7th one is kind of a weird one for us. So I'm going to take you up here up top, show you where that one's at. So when the power head is actually there, there's 1 screw that goes in from this way down. That's the only one that you're going to be able to get to that direction. You got to go in beside the carburetor. And then I'm going to show you up here what you're going to have to do. You can see that I've taken the stuff off. I'm going to put it back on real quick just for part of the tutorial, so that you can see the parts that have to come out, just in case you're actually going to do just a water pump change. Again, in our case, we're actually parting this motor out. Okay, so again, in our case, we're parting this out, so I've put these parts back in here. If you're going to do this for the water pump change, I would probably set these things out, take pictures of them in the sequence they come off, and just kind of lay them out so you can get your pictures. And there's also one piece that's in here that goes in here. It's an O-ring. So if you're ever doing that, remember to check for that O-ring, and if it's bad, you probably need to replace it. But there's that washer, and let's be clear on how it came off. That way you can see that it actually comes off in the right sequence. You got the spring here, and the other piece that's down in here, I'm going to actually take a pick to get that out, because it's kind of a pain. Well, I might be able to get it. Yeah, you're going to have to get a pick to get that out, so give me just a second. You can see you kind of got to lift it up with a pick. Set that there. Probably want to double check for that O-ring that's in there. I don't see it. There it is right there. So there's your O-ring that I was talking about. This one in this case is actually good, but I would never reuse that one or try to sell that. A lot simpler to just get a new one. Who knows how long that thing's been in there. Okay, and lastly here, before you go to drop the lower unit, something else that most people don't remember is this is still hooked to the shifter. So right here, as you're going to see, you've got a nut. Then there's going to be a star washer, and then there's going to be another nut underneath there. Most likely that's a 3/8 is what that looks like it should be. So give me just a minute. I'm going to release it before we do the lower unit drop. So in this case right here, it only had just the 2 nuts on it, did not have the star. But you can see right here, it has to be taken loose from there, and then you'll be able to drop the lower unit out, which is exactly what I'm going to do here in just a minute. Okay, so taking the lower unit off now, it's going to be 4 7/16 bolts. There's going to be 2 here. There's going to be 1 right here, and then the other one here, and then matching on the other side. In this case for us, whoever had this thing before us decided to put a 3/8 on one of them, which worked for them, I guess. But if I was going to be doing the replacements and things like that, I would just put a matching bolt on there. There's your other one right here. So we're going to go ahead and get this taken off. Now, in normal cases right here, you would want to just ease these out. I've already had this thing broke loose once today. Again, just trying to figure it out. And now that these are off, let's go ahead and take this thing loose. Sometimes she gets stuck, and there it is. So that is exactly how you do it right there, folks. So I hope this was helpful. Again, 1957 Johnson 7.5 horse, and hope you enjoyed the video.